Welcome and good morning on this very crisp, lovely 18, 19 degree weather.
Almost, I think you said 18, 19, like from
not the
back.
year. It's just the weather. It's the weather.
Right.
The weather.
It's in the teens.
That's right. That's right. And anyway, welcome to the Loretta Brown Show. I know you've been waiting for us to start. Here we are. Radio to open the heart, heal the soul, and awaken the sleepy consciousness. Happy New Year to everybody. And if you're not paying attention, I'll let you know that pretty soon the Chinese New Year comes up, and it is the year of the red fire chicken. And someone said, well, that's the red rooster. No, I checked, it's a female fire chicken. I'd say run for the hills. It's the phoenix rising. And we're coming at the end of a 9-year cycle, universally, and the beginning of another 9-year cycle. What a great time, a great time for newness of life. So I'm going to talk more about that in a minute, and I'm also going to have a wonderful guest today. And I'm going to tell you already, I'm not going to tell you who she is yet. That's the mystery. I'll let you know in a minute. But we are going to take live callers, and we're looking for people who would like aura readings or a live psychic reading on the radio. So once again, if you'd like a little aura reading or a live psychic reading on the radio, please call in, and you can call in now, 425-373-5527 or 1-888-298-5569. Again, 425-373-5527 or 1-888-298-5569. I know it's cold and crisp out there, and you might have to take your gloves off unless you have those special gloves that you can dial on your phone with. You should get those. And once again, if you'd like an aura reading or a live psychic reading with my guest today, go ahead and call in. I'll introduce her in just a moment. I am Loretta Brown, and I'm the owner of Reiki Oasis, located right here in the greater Seattle area. And Reiki Oasis has been around. This is our 21st year. And I'm always so happy that I'm doing what I love to do on the planet. And of course, we have lots of new things coming up. This Saturday, we're starting the year off right by having a Reiki 1 training workshop on Saturday. And if you've ever wanted to know about Reiki, I believe everyone should learn about it because it's an introduction into the vibrational energetic realm. And those of you that hang out with me know I'm all about vibration. We also have a Reiki Circle on Sunday, January 15th, and the sharing circle is for anyone who has been studying Reiki. We're creating an energy vibrational community to help bring about more light on the planet and spread the good stuff, is what I say. The Temple Work with Women is going to be Saturday, January 21st. I have a workshop on how to communicate with your guides and angels on Saturday, January 28th. And I will be doing a crystal bowl healing concert with the angels on Sunday, January 29th at Bala Yoga. So a lot of things going on. You can go to ReikiOasis.com/calendar to find out what is happening. And thanks to my wonderful webmaster, Indigo Hawk. Yay, Indigo Hawk. Yay. Thank you for being here, being so indigo. I like that. You can sign up for everything at schedule.ReikiOasis.com. And if you have problems with any of that, please email info@ReikiOasis.com, and we'll help you right out. My show is listener supported. I want to be very, very grateful to my listeners that are supporting through Patreon. And you can find me at patreon.com/The Loretta Brown Show. And I also want to just put a big thank you to my producer, Benny. And happy birthday to you.
Oh, you don't need to do it yourself. I got it all queued up.
Woo!
I got my own birthday party. Woo! Party horns and everything. Bring it on, party horns and all. That's right. A day into my 40s, and I'm loving it.
Woo! Woo!
I know.
I'm
by myself.
I know.
don't even have the best line right now to use.
There, you know, and you know,
one more time.
People with gifts are coming into the studio right now.
So funny.
Anyway.
Now I have an excuse because everyone says, like, oh, if they have got something bad to say, I'm like, I don't care, I'm 40.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
I fear that's the best one so far.
That's right.
Until then, bye-bye 30s.
Bye-bye 30s.
See you later.
Well, I'm here to tell you it just gets better from here on out.
That's another thing I've been hearing.
It
I'm getting
does.
a lot of advice from, the old wiser one.
That's right. Well, I think we start to relax sometimes as we.
I think so too. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
Well,
hey.
that's that hill thing. The proverbial hill.
Yeah.
Well, I'm kind of at the top there.
But life is longer. Someone told me the other day
totally.
that the average lifespan is not correct. That I think they told me by 2024 or something that they expect the average lifespan to be 120 years. So, because of our advancements.
I don't know if I'm a third of the way there, so I don't know if I want to go that far.
So see, you're just a kid.
I'm just a little
40,
infant. I'm just a little baby.
A little baby. Yeah.
Thanks for making me feel youthful, though.
But anyway, but I just happy birthday, and really
Thanks.
from my heart and over the air, thank you. You
Aw.
make everything happen, and you're awesome. It really is. You
My
guys
pleasure,
just
my
have
honor.
no idea what a delight it is to work with Benny.
Oh, to the show.
Yeah.
All right, you party goers, sit down.
The new name of our show, by the way, is the Great Panini in the Mouth or something. We'll let you know. When
Someday we'll have to market that together. I don't know where we will do that.
We'll figure it out.
I'll give you first billing, though. So mouth. The mouth and the Great Benini.
The Mouth and the Great Panini.
We'll work with that. Maybe we'll have to pull that out of there somewhere.
Yeah, we're going to have to ask our guest what she thinks of that because she's
like, what have I gotten myself into
super
right now?
wonderful. No, she's great. She's great. By the way, did you see Venus in the sky with the moon this week?
I missed it. I mean, I saw people taking photographs of it. I was a little down for the count the last few days, so I didn't really look outside that. I was kind of on the couch. But
it's kind of the big event of the year, and it's all about love, and it's all about feeling more connected.
I heard it was spectacular.
Oh, it's just great. So I want everybody to go moon and Venus gazing because the sky is clear and you'll be able to see it. And during the time that Venus is in this position, we're very intuitive. Our dreams are real active, and of course, we're all looking for love. And it sounds like a pat thing to say, but love really can heal everything. And I wish that we had more words for love in English because that one word is sometimes maybe not as compassing as we might hope. So anyway, enough gabbing about me, Loretta Brown. Let me introduce my guest who's been waiting patiently. I have the amazing Dr. Kimberly McGeorge. And she is a naturopath. She's a frequency master, a remote viewer. She's done work with the paranormal and psychic things, and she combines science with possibility. And she's been experimenting with frequencies in products on herself and with her clients for the last decade and a half at least. And we're going to find out more about her, but I just want to bring her on. Hi, Dr. Kim. How are you?
Good morning. I'm wonderful. Thank you.
Thanks for putting up with all of our stuff at the beginning. We love that.
No, I was just grinning from ear to ear. It was such great energy. I was just sitting back and taking it in.
She's part of the shenanigans.
She is. She is. Well, Dr. Kim, one thing that I know about you, I can feel it, is that you're very energetic. You're very vibrational. And you're way over there in a different part of the world in North Carolina. And yet you feel like you're right here with me.
Aww.
Yeah. So your energy, this is an energetic world. And very briefly, because we do have people waiting, to ask questions, but
Sure.
Can you give just a real brief introduction of yourself? Like, what are your gifts? How, maybe something like that. Mm-hmm.
I'm not known for being brief, but I'll try. I think I was born awake. I didn't know, obviously when you're a young child, you don't know what that means. And I'm sure audience is familiar with that term. But, I came to realize that's why I'm so strange. Everybody else is sleeping and I'm awake. Okay, maybe I can spin this into gold. That's pretty cool. And I first realized that I was super strange and weird and unusual was when I was a child and I was about 3 or 4 in my bed. I lived outside of Chicago at the time in a suburb, and there were a lot of sirens. And so when I would hear sirens, it was horrific for me. I would instantly be transported to whatever scene, and sometimes it was really weird because sometimes it was the past scene, sometimes it was the present scene, sometimes it was the future scene. So that's kind of how I learned at a very young age that really all time is now, and any information can be accessed at any time, from all dimensions, all realities, all timelines. And so I started learning about kind of time and the weirdness of it, or the lack of weirdness of it at a young age. But, I lived in a very, very, it's so weird. Why do we get dropped into these conventional families that are like, you're what? You saw what? You know what? But of course I did. And I think that's part of the learning and growth process. So fast forward a little bit to college. I went away to college. We moved to Ohio, so I went back to Chicago for college. And I'm like, I'm gonna test out being who I am. I'm gonna test out sharing my psychic abilities. I'm going to test out sharing the spirits that I see and my knowledge of the paranormal. And, of course, as you guys can imagine, even though it was before the paranormal wave, it was really cool. People think it's really cool to be like, is my boyfriend ever going to ask me to marry me, or is my girlfriend cheating on me, or, all those kind of things. So I kind of became known as, and I didn't really sell it as psychic. I sold it as intuitive, which was pretty smart. And long story short, I got pulled in when people heard about me to help solve some I would say paranormal type of cases of the demonic, cases of possession at a very, very young age when I was 20. I also experienced my first kind of 3D outside of time and place, and I thought it was crazy during my college years until I watched the Mothman Prophecies and realized maybe this is a movie, but, based on, some facts anyway, other people have experienced loss of tremendous hours of time where you experience weird things and then you wake up and it's like the same time. So really, kind of went into some new and extreme realms when I was in college. I wanted to be married. I wanted children. I was brought up and very programmed to do the normal 3D life. So I did that, and it didn't work so well. I became very, very mysteriously ill. I became a case study. They've written about me in medical journals because when I became pregnant, I began the dying process, not the baby, me. So that's not really great. And I'm a very slow learner, you guys. I'm sure some of you can relate to that. So I got pregnant 4 times and went through this 4 times. Finally, we figured out it was a genetic mutation, and life is very good. But what a blessing that horrific journey turned out to be, because that's where I discovered herbs, and that's where I discovered supplements, and that's where I took training and started practicing first as an herbalist and then as a naturopath. And then, even though I was continuing, I had some measure of success in uncovering and unraveling my health conditions and my problems, it wasn't all the way to vibrant, health that we all so desperately want, and great energy and, balanced mood and emotions and all of that. And that's when I discovered what was going to become my life's work, which is frequency, and really what's below the supplements and what's even below the homeopathic medicines, although that's a direct reflection of that. Because I would send people out of my office with these 500 bags of supplements and, dollar bags of supplements. And I know you guys can relate out there. And I knew exactly, the body was asking for them. I knew they had to take them all in a certain way to be balanced. But guess what? They'd come back the next week, and compliance is very low. Because if you have to take 45 pills a day, 3 different times, and liquids, and are you going to do it? Are you going to have time to do it? Are you going to have discipline to do it? Most people don't. Even if you're very, very sick, it's challenging to do that. So I kept praying and saying to the universe, there's something more. There's something beneath. There's something cheaper for the customer. There's something easier. And, of course, then I was made sick again. I got sick again. And my midwife actually said to me, there's this woman way out in the hills of Ohio, and she has no real education, but she has this machine. And I'm like, machine? How can a machine help me? But the first second that I went on that machine, which is a biofeedback frequency machine, I heard a voice that said, you will help thousands and thousands of people using this device, and you will own one. And I'm like, okay, whatever, because I hadn't even experienced it yet. But anyway, that was really the beginning in totally figuring out my health conditions. And, now we, of course, apply it in many different ways. We actually have a phone app, and we help people in all areas, how to attract wealth, how to attract love, all using frequency.
Wow.
That's my story.
Wow. That's like a lot. That is a lot that you gave us. So we're going to we're actually going to take a caller. because we've got people hanging on. What do you think, Benny?
Okay, let's do it. Let's give out the number 425-373-5527 or 888-298-5569. That is the number for the original Loretta Brown Show. Soon to be maybe the mouth in the Great Benini. We'll never know. 425.
And the callers are people who want aura readings or live psychic readings. Yes. That's right.
Yep. And again, the number is 425-373-5527 or 888-298-5569. Renee calling in from Issaquah. Hello, Renee. What's going on?
Hi, Loretta. Hi, Kim. Thank you, Benny.
Hi, Renee.
Hi, Kim. Well, before Loretta said that you were a naturopath, I called in about a health question, and I'm just listening to you going, oh, my gosh, you're speaking my language. Except I'm very high compliance with all the supplements, and I've been to a lot of people, and I have a lot of chemical allergies and hormone imbalance and insomnia and frequent infections, and I'm kind of deciding, wow, I've looked under every rock and gone to everything I think I can do. What else is going on that I need to adjust? And, I've taken meditation and I pray and I still I'm not balanced. So I don't know what you can do for me, but I was wanting to go to Hawaii to a friend's wedding. But traveling is really difficult because of my chemical allergies. I have bad reactions to a rent-a-car because they clean it with chemicals and, recycled air in hotels. And so I'm just wondering what I could do about all of this.
It's so funny. You guys will learn this about me as I do callers. I'm going to answer your question maybe, but I'm going to give you what you need to hear, maybe not what you thought you called in for, because I just need to tell you this. First of all, you came in as an extremely connected, spiritual and intuitive person. You're also a very, very loving person. You also have this energy that I come across very rarely, which is super special, which is this purity of ability to communicate and balance in your actual voice, which just says a million different things about you. Here's where we run into problems. And it's not that I don't care about your health problems, but I passionately care about this because this is about your life as a soul on this planet. So your crown chakra and above, your upper chakras, are completely closed. I believe by your decision at some point when you were younger, maybe as a young adult even, I think you shut off from that pure stream of power and connectedness with the all. That's huge for you. The other thing that I'm not liking that I'm seeing in you is your third eye is completely closed. So actually, you run at a high enough frequency and you are born naturally gifted enough that you can answer every single question you ask me yourself if you were connected.
Yeah, and
so I want you to
remember
think about
as a child wishing I didn't exist because it was so traumatic with my family.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I wanted to die. I just wished I
I get it.
Invisible or you could never be born. So I think I have thought maybe that was part of the problem, and that's why I've done so much meditation and prayer, but I don't seem to be getting very far.
And let me ask you, have you addressed the hormonal piece? Because to me, and I don't know if you guys know this, I'm medical intuitive, so I'm merging with you right now. I hope that's okay. I assume by calling it is. But hormones are definitely a key, a huge key. And my guess is your MTHFR. I don't know if you know what that means. I suggest you get genetically tested. I think that could be it, along with a little bit of immune system, because you're totally in inflammation. Obviously, you know that. Mm-hmm. But I think that beneath the inflammation is actually MTHFR, which is methylation disorder. That's genetic mutation. There's a number of them. You can get a blood test or supply the test at it, naturopathic, which I'm surprised if you're speaking that you haven't heard of that or haven't been tested. Dollars to donuts. I think that's a huge key, if not the key, to your health problems. But, of course, we're spiritual beings. So the other is very, very important as well. So those are the directions, that I would suggest you go. Both of those areas is where I kind of see that you need to focus some attention on.
To be genetically tested and ask about hormones? I mean,
Well, I know your hormones. Like, that's no question. Like, I clearly...
Right, yeah.
And I just want to say, and I'm sure Loretta covers me with her disclaimers, but I just want to say I'm not a medical doctor, and this is an energetic analysis.
Right.
I just have to say this out loud. I'm also going to say one more thing, and I hope I don't freak you out.
That's okay.
I'm trying to think how to present this. There is... I don't even know how to say this. There's some bondage with some dark energies that don't want you to walk into your full power. That also needs addressed.
Right, and is that more from childhood or currently still? That
is currently, I would call it attachment. I would call it a friend in a bad way. Mm-hmm. It looks put on you, not, of course we can invite things in and make agreements with them, but you didn't do that. It looks like it was given or assigned to you, if that makes any sense to you. When you were younger, yes. When you were younger.
Yes, it'd be my stepmother, I would think. But if it's more, is it just one person or like more than one person?
It's not a person. It's what I would call an entity energy or...
well, that would explain my nightmares.
There you go.
I have several nightmares and insomnia.
Yeah, that has to be addressed. That is literally wanting to keep you sick, wanting to keep you locked down, kind of this spinning, because I really see in your timeline, and I've gone through it, so it's also easy to recognize just as a fellow journeyman, but that spinning in, going from one thing to another and thinking you found it, thinking it's allergic, thinking it's this, thinking it's, but I'm telling you, we live in a super toxic world, but you can have, I just want to encourage you, there's hope. You can have 1,000 times the life quality that you have now, and you really are brought here to be super magical.
That's nice to hear. I just hope I can, get out of this spinning, looking for answers and keep thinking. I mean, I totally relate to that, thinking, because I like I said before, high compliance, and I try to be very positive, and I just don't want to give up, but then, when I look over the years, it's just going in circles, and I'm not making any progress.
And that's a deliberate plan, I believe, kind of put on you. But at the same time, there is the answer or the answers. And when you find that key to your lock, it's done. It doesn't have to be, I'm this, I have an autoimmune disorder, or I'm diabetic, or I have arthritis. There's a key that unlocks all of those. Mm-hmm. And what is so beautiful about living in the age we live in, we have the technology to be super specific, and everybody has their own issues. You'll hear with other callers, I won't say the same thing, obviously, to other callers, because you're very unique and you're here for a unique purpose. And so your health issues, anything mental, emotional, your life journey is just so unique, and you need to go to someone. And, Loretta's perfectly capable of helping you as well. Yeah. You need to go. I call Loretta a high level. This is just me, Loretta. I'm just putting this on you. I call Loretta a high level.
I just went to her Crystal Bowl concert.
Oh, have you been there, Renee?
Yes, I introduced myself as one of your callers.
I remember that. Yeah. Yeah. Come on in. We'll clean you up. And then I really recommend that you really listen to Dr. Kim. Like she said, she's not a medical doctor, but this intuitive information can quite often point us in the right direction. Yeah,
I was actually afraid to get genetically tested because I just thought, that's just going to make my mind go into the negative because how they say if you do the right things, you don't have to turn on those genes. And I thought, well, if I find out I have these genes, I'm going to have more to worry about.
Well, no, because what I'm sharing with you, the specific genes are super easy to turn off and keep turned off. And it's so exciting. And you will be a different person. Like, you won't even know you won't even believe it. It's so simple. And I know you have this. So it's really exciting to me because it's just so obvious. I'm like, go get help.
Yeah.
And will that be, like, if I do that, is that a separate issue or related to this whole bonding thing that I need to?
No, completely separate. This is a very physical gene issue. The other couple of things that I talked about are more of, things like you're doing, I don't know what Loretta offers. So working with a mentor or taking classes or getting in a group. We have groups, and I don't know if Loretta does or not, but we have groups, of like-minded people that we help each other continue to progress month after month. And we have the tech, and we take the RF photos, and we take the chakra evaluations. And, I've gotten lazy now that I have this tech that we've developed or been given to us, because I can help so many more people. Yeah, I can merge with you and do a call like this, but I can also run you through the tech, and I can show you I say black and white, but it's not black and white. It's living color. And you guys have had RF photos and stuff at Metaphysical Fairs, but it's just so cool to see yourself getting healthier and see yourself becoming more integrated and seeing your frequency colors come up. And not only that, it. You feel more energetic. You sleep better. You're attracting what you want. You're speaking things, and they come, out of the quanta into your physical reality. So your whole life changes when you have something to bounce off of. And, medicine just hasn't provided with us. I really think, and again, I want to say high level, and I know Loretta means what I mean by saying this. There's billions of psychics. It doesn't mean they can all help you. There's billions of naturopaths, all of that. But you need to go to the high-level, skilled, experienced people that have the answers for you.
Yeah. So we're going to take a station break. And Renee, thank you so much for calling in. Dr. Kim, this is wonderful. It's actually wonderful. For those people listening, this is Loretta Brown. It's the Loretta Brown Show. We're going to take a little break. And when we come back, we're going to take more callers. Yeah, welcome back to the Loretta Brown Show. And my guest today is Dr. Kim, Dr. Kimberly McGeorge. And she is amazing in every way. What can I say? It's like a reflection of, all the good things. Yeah.
Super fantabulous.
Super fantabulous. She is I don't know what to call her, a frequency master, a remote viewer, an amazing psychic, a healer. She works with frequency in all kinds of ways. And we are taking callers today that want aura readings or a live psychic reading. And let's just get into it, because some people have been waiting a while, I think.
Yes, we'll continue on. We'll take Taz calling in from Seattle. Hello, Taz.
Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing?
Hi, good morning, Taz, on this beautiful, clear morning in Seattle.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Yes. I was calling because I had a dream last night about my father-in-law who passed away unexpectedly in the dream. So I kind of asked my spirit guides, what is that about? And for me, it felt like there was something that died within me unexpectedly, which is a good thing because it's something that needed to die. But I'm just working through what that is.
It's funny because I believe you're almost there. I'm going to take you a little further, which to me is more of there's something that needs to be birthed.
Okay.
That's never been awakened.
All right.
The energy, yeah. So, which is super cool. I'm just going deeper into some layers. I'm seeing a lot.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, jump in if you want.
Yeah, because things are jumping between us. I can feel it. I'm going to say that really resonated with me, like you said that, and I went, yeah. At the beginning of the show, I was making kind of a joke about the phoenix rising, and for the last 6 months or no, I've had this repeated imagery of the phoenix rising, the phoenix rising, the phoenix rising. And when I introduced, that this is the first year of a cycle, 2017, and we've got, the year of the fire chicken, and here you have this dream about death, and everything is all lined up for you. And that's what I really get is this is the time now of letting go of that which needs to be let go of and birthing. So Dr. Kim said just the right thing, but you just feel like you're just so edgy, like you're just, wow, like you're just about ready to come up through the ground like that plant or open. There's something coming. Yeah.
That's so accurate, Loretta, because where I think, okay, I'm going to do positive first.
Okay.
So where I see, it's both a weakness and a strength. Let me ask you a question. So do you work professionally in any kind of healing art or psychic or massage center? Are you a professional?
No. I work for the government, and then I have a part-time business with online marketing.
The poor planet, my friend, because you came in. I am like blown away right now. I'm looking at by the way, just so you guys know, I'm running you all through tech, and I'm not going to explain how that works, but it's super accurate. But I am looking at your aura right now on my tech, and I am like, I think I'm looking at mine. Like I do. I'm like, you are one of the most high frequency beings I've ever taken. and avant-garde are a snapshot of. And I'll tell you, you are a born healer and you are a born psychic. And until you discover those aspects of yourself and until you use them very strongly, whether it's with your pets or your family or your friends or professionally or charged for it or in your job, but until you own that part of you, you will never feel completely fulfilled. And I think you're at this split in your timeline where you're ready to allow for that possibility, and you suspect, some part of you suspects, obviously in your subconscious, that is 100% true.
Right. Yeah, I've been told that before, and I'm definitely into the healing arts. I love it. I kind of devour it all, and I've done a lot of different things, and I'm ready.
But this isn't a hobby. You devour it as, okay, I'm going to go play here, and then I'm going to come back to, like, real life. Babe, this is real life for you. This is why you're here. And here's where the problem is. So while you're this super, like, you've got energy, and you're powerful, and you're ready, and you're like more integrated than tons of people on the planet, and you can do it right now, you've turned off a different area of your being, and you've turned off your second chakra. You've completely turned off creation. Closed. So we need, and even me running you through the chakra will help open this up a little bit and shake it up, but we need that Kundalini rising. We need the energy. Right. You're very secure. You have a very secure root, so we've got that. We've got the base. But now we need to go into fire creation, like Loretta was saying, the phoenix rising. And Loretta, do you ever notice on shows the synchronicity of colors? It's so cool and amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing. We couldn't make it happen. Yeah.
So that's where you're at. It's your choice. But really, I agree with Loretta. I actually see a completely different possible path for you. And even if you weave it in with your current thing you're doing, your current job, I mean, you are like magic, girl. I mean, we need you. Join us. Come over time.
Yeah, thanks. So,
all right, thank you so much. Yeah,
I hope that helped you. Yeah, that's great. We are taking callers today. This is the Loretta Brown Show. You can find out more about me at ReikiOasis.com. My guest is Dr. Kimberly McGeorge, and you can find out more about her at www.secrettoeverything.com. That's right, secret to everything, because she carries the keys to the secrets to everything. I'm sure her daughters would agree.
So everyone she's the key master.
No, she's the key master. Yeah.
Key master and gatekeepers. We've got it. We've got it.
That's right. That's why we know each other. Yeah, because that's it. Okay, let's take another caller.
Sure, let's take Karen calling in from Everett. Hello, Karen.
Good morning, ladies.
Good morning, Karen. What can we do for you?
Well, I was calling in, I guess, for an aura reading. I'm trying to figure out how to keep my frequencies up and stabilized.
Oh, that's a great question. Mm-hmm.
Karen, do you have older family living? Are your parents living? Grandparents living?
No.
Interesting. Because I see what I call what I would call elders, which is like grandparents, parents, great grandparents. A very strong spiritual presence of family support standing around you, which is interesting. And maybe it's because you don't have them, but you actually do have them. And they want you to know that you do have them. You do have that support, whether, it's in like the physical world or not. They are still 100% behind you and supporting you. So that came in for you kind of in a weird way. I had to tell you that. Just on the tech run a minute though. But that came in as soon as you began talking. Give me a second or two. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I would say, interesting. One of the things I teach, and I'm sure Lila does too in different aspects of what she does, is purification. So we're all like, I want to be a millionaire. I want to check the love of my life. I want to have a big house on a hill, or whatever you want. Maybe you just want to quit your job and have the freedom to do your own business or whatever your, concept of a great life is. And everybody's like, well, just speak it, believe it, think it, but energetically, that's not true. First of all, we are energy, we are frequency receivers and transmitters, and we need to have a clear frequency. We need to be able to send something out and get accurate information back. We need to have a pure vessel. You are actually a super intuitive person, which is cool, and you're very gifted in that area. However, you have what I would call a super muddy field. you're someone I would say doesn't need to, okay, we can add things in to our personal life or our body, or we can take things out. I think you've done a lot of adding in, but you haven't cleaned out all the junk. And there's a lot of emotional stuff with you that you don't feel comfortable with, and I don't think you think is spiritual, but it's super spiritual, and it needs to be brought out and just let go. And the beautiful thing about tech and frequency work that I love is that, there's so many methods we can do now, and so many modalities that people know that just release it. You don't have to relive the pain. There's a lot of pain in you that I think needs processed out.
Yeah. Yeah, and I agree with that. Sometimes we, there's the negativity outside of us and the negativity inside of us. And like, there's no judgment in that. We don't beat ourselves up. But, I can clean the outside of my house and the inside's dirty. And so I just need to clean house. That's kind of the message. It's just clean house a little bit. Let it go. And then step into this beautifulness that you really are. Let it shine out. It's kind of what the guides are saying. When the windows are dirty, that you can't be radiant out. That's all. It's like that. So anyway.
And the chakras, I got to say just really quick, chakras are beautiful. A little more work on the sacral chakra. It's not closed, but that's your chakras are beautiful. You are totally connected spiritually. And you are like super psychic, girlfriend. It's awesome. Like, you've got it. But it's muddy. It's unclear. Exactly like Loretta said. All you have to do is release and balance some of the ick, and you're going to be good to go.
So how do you release that? And what is it? An emotional release? Is it, because that's what it's sounding like.
Well, there's different
what's really
techniques.
affected?
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry, Loretta.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, for you specifically, and remember, we're super, super specific. Everybody's like, oh, yeah, how do we release our emotional junk? No, you want to know how to release your emotional junk. What your body's saying is acupuncture, your meridians are completely screwed up. Your energy patterns are completely need rewired. And I think acupuncture is a great accessible point. I know that's more 3D than you guys might expect me to say, but let's get your meridians running right. And then then I would go to the next layer and check. But a lot of times when you get the meridians running right, I also think you need, and again, I have to say this, I'm a medical doctor, but I highly suggest liver and kidneys, because again, there's emotional pain and there's some heart issues and different things. And so when we detox the liver and kidneys, it really supports the heart. You're good. I can tell you've done the work. I can tell you're a student of consciousness. I can tell you're a high frequency being. Let's just do the rest. It's just a couple more steps, and you are like going to be good to go. Like, I wouldn't say go to 1 million classes. I wouldn't say read 1 million books. I wouldn't say you're good. Just get clear and clean.
Yeah. Yeah.
So is that actual acupuncture, or could I do like meridian tapping, and would that help?
All right, I'm just going to say something. My opinion, don't throw tomatoes through the air at me, guys. EFT is an old energy modality. The current energy light body, the current physical body, is over certain modalities. EFT, it just isn't the most expedient. We've got better stuff out there, but you need an actual needle acupuncturist. Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
And focus on the kidney and liver and heart meridians?
Yeah, well, I trust them. I mean, they'll know what to. I could tell them, but they're not going to listen to me anyway. So they'll know by taking their pulse and their tongue, and the thing they do. Okay. But she needs to do herself. No matter what they say, I would do a liver and kidney detox, herbal detox.
Right.
Wait, something just came in. I'm sorry. Lorettas didn't tell me. Ionic foot bath. You need to buy an Ionic foot bath or save up for it. $100 on Amazon. Don't buy one less than $100. You will feel so much better. That'll dump a lot of your emotions without you even knowing it through your feet.
Okay, is that good? That gets you some marching orders there, Karen. And also for the listeners, remember that, Dr. Kim does do appointments. I mean, you can contact her through secrettoeverything.com, or you can even find her on Facebook. And, if you want more from her, don't be afraid to set that up. also, and like I say, I'm here in Seattle, and I do things remotely also. And you can contact me, Loretta Brown, at ReikiOasis.com. So kind of follow through on some of this. I also know, Dr. Kim, for my own self, a lot of times my clients come to me and I will ask them basic questions. How much water are you drinking? What are you eating? Are you taking care of your body? And, a lot of people want to have all the spiritual stuff going, but if the body is not doing its thing, you got to start there. It's the physical realm. Yeah.
Brilliant. And you know what? I got to share with you guys, a couple years ago, I got so airy-fairy woo-woo. I didn't even know I had a body. Guess what? I had a crash. I paid for that. Yeah. My body let me know you have a body and you are here to be fully embodied. And it really taught me some great things about teaching how to be completely woo-woo and wacko and wonderfully interdimensional, but fully embodied. That's mastery.
Well, and fully embodied is the point, because unless we're down here, we can't really do what we came to do. So let's take another caller.
Yes, we'll take now Lisa calling in from Bellevue. Hello, Lisa.
Hi, Lisa.
Hi.
Yay!
Hello.
Yay, Bellevue! Yay!
Yay! Funny. Dr. Kim, I picked up a bad bacteria about a year ago, I think, while I was traveling, and it's really interfering with my digestive system. And I was wondering if you had anything on that.
First of all, for you, are you taking any probiotics? Any good, really good probiotics? Okay. Are you taking, again, there's difference in quality, a really good, like colostrum?
No, I'm not taking colostrum.
Yeah,
I do like kimchi and.
All right, and I'm going to explain this. This is like a lifetime of explanation. I'm going to explain it a tiny, tiny bit. If you're not going to an extremely experienced, high-level intuitive, or someone like Loretta that has a broad spectrum of knowledge, or someone that's using technology, but again, they need to be experienced, know what they're doing, or being tested, muscle tested, again, high level. If you're not being with someone, I don't know if you are, doesn't really feel like your body is saying you are, but you need to figure out how to unwind what's going on with you mentally, emotionally, physically, what your body's saying. So whatever you're taking could work for 50%, 40%, 90% of patients, but if it's not working for you, if you're not well and balanced and healed, then it's no good. And you're just really throwing your money away. We are really moving out of this generic, here's what you do for diabetes, here's what you do for depression, you have a choice of 10 drugs, you have a choice of 10 natural supplements. We are really moving in to where we always should have been and going back to the individual. What will balance you? So I'm going to throw out that you're taking a lot of stuff that's actually stressing your body, because a substance, and of course everything's substance, everything's energy, everything's frequency, can only do a couple things. It can be neutral, can kind of bounce off you, which is very rare. It can stress you, it can weaken you, or obviously it can benefit you. But if you are taking things that you don't need and you're ill, whether it's emotionally, mentally, or physically, you are actually doing what? We only have so much energy in a day. You're taking energy to digest, to rid yourself of that waste, because that's what it is if you don't need it. And so I don't think your body and your energy field, when I look at it, it doesn't look clicked in. It doesn't look like you're taking what you need to or doing what you need to get well, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to...
So are you saying I'm taking too many supplements?
I am.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Too much stuff. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And, okay.
Well, sometimes, when we have something like what you said, like you picked up a bad bacteria somewhere and it's been there for a long time, and everybody does this, we're trying to figure it out and we're going, well, I take this thing, let me take that thing, let me take this, and let me take that. And what I kind of get is it's in its own right, it's creating some kind of I'm going to call it a boggy energy, or just sort of a standing still energy, where the body itself has a natural healing ability. When we allow that to begin to flow through the body will cast out that which does not belong to it, right? Or you will be directed to where you need to go. And of course, Dr. Kim can be more specific in that. But I'm just adding my 2 cents there.
Okay. Well, and there's also a big hormone imbalance I see. Are you addressing the hormone imbalance?
Well, I went to a clinic, Water's Edge, and they prescribed some hormones for me that actually make me not feel well at all. And so I quit taking them.
Did they energetically run them against your body? You don't know?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, and this personalized, like Dr. Kim, I really hear you, and I agree with this. Each person is unique and individual. And I think a lot of times that in our medical care, the doctors or whoever it is, they're doing the best they can. They're giving you something. And then, if that's not really working, we need to let them know and kind of go back to that. But please continue, Dr. Kim. Yeah.
Well, the other thing that I think, and again, a meridian issue, again, very synchronicity with the callers, which always happens. But there's some big screaming things in you, which your body's screaming in a couple places. Small intestine, your stomach, which but you can't forget about the small intestine. That's where a lot of our neurotransmitters, happy neurotransmitters are made or not made. But what I see in you and what I feel in you, and I'm sure Loretta got this too, is this overwhelming, and I actually have to back out of you, because there's this overwhelming grief. Mm-hmm. So your lungs, I would be more worried, to be honest, about the lungs, the kidneys. There's a lot of, again, emotional pain of great magnitude. And all this stuff is 3D. Emotions have an actual physicality. They have a frequency. Everything is energy, but everything on this planet also has this 3D, this actuality aspect to it. So when we're like, I'm not going to deal with the grief, this is just like huge grief in you. Now, sometimes that grief, everyone's like, no, nothing's ever happened. I've had a perfectly happy life, and that can sometimes be true. Because guess what? We're not taught. We're not taught that.
No, I've had a lot of grief.
Okay.
A lot of grief.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. I mean, not good, but good that I'm accurately reading your energy.
Right.
Yeah. So that cannot be ignored. It'll do you in before your stomach, before anything. That has to be dealt with a responsible counselor. I always prefer holistic practitioners, a high level. I just want you guys to hear me. I'm not saying just go to a psychic in your town. High level psychic, responsible psychic. I know Loretta well enough. I can read her energy. If she can't handle it, if she feels it needs a medical referral, she's going to refer you to a doctor. She's going to refer you to someone else. She is a high-level responsible person. So the woo-woo is not always the only answer. And we know that, right, Laura?
That's right. Well, I do a lot of emotional release and work, by the way, emotional and mental release work, a lot of energy work. And I don't do psychotherapy. I'm not that, and I'm not a medical doctor. But by taking care of that emotional content and getting rid of that energy out of you, it starts to flow things. So, Lisa, you might want to, come in and see me. And you might also want to contact Dr. Kim through secrettoeverything.com and get, kind of follow through on some of those things. Does that help you?
Yeah, great. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Blessings to you. Thanks for calling in. And we have time for one more
Quickly,
caller.
We'll run off to Sharon calling in from Seattle. Hello, Sharon. Welcome to the show. Quickly, hello.
Hi there. I would like to some reading on my aura and the energy level I'm concerned about.
Do you have a specific area?
Well, I just had a big pancreas surgery not long ago, and about a year and a half ago, and so I'm wondering how my energy is doing, because I'm so very tired.
Yeah, you feel real worn out. Yeah.
Yeah, and of course, and a lot of you guys know this, but as soon as anyone says they've had severe pancreas issues or severe blood sugar issues or, diabetic, anything in that whole realm, I immediately go, and this is so true, we see it in the frequencies, I go to an inability to what? Receive the sweetness, the fullness, the passion of life. You have no ability to hold that. As a matter of fact, if you were my client, we'd be doing some intense work right now, because you are dead on intuitive right. your energy, what I call life force energy, I don't know what Lorettas calls it, but
yeah, same thing,
is non-existent. You hit it dead on. You know, but I am going to tell you, you are super integrated. You are super intuitive, and you already knew that when you called.
I want to hear you. You're incredible, and so is Loretta.
So, Sharon, what brings you the sweetness of life, honey? What? Go ahead.
Gee, I don't know. I really do appreciate a lot of things, and I care about a lot of people. And so maybe it's because I've lost my mother and a friend.
Oh, there we go. Okay. So there's some grief in there. Mm-hmm. Some things blocking you, right? We are down to like the last minute or so. Sharon, I'm just going to send you some blessings. Dr. Kim, do you have one last thing to say to Sharon?
Yeah, I'm actually going to send you, I'm going to send you to a chiropractor. Your spine, there's no nerve connection, so the energy can't flow. I think you need a chiropractor.
Go see a chiropractor.
Thank you.
That'll help. Thanks. So for everybody listening, this is Loretta Brown, and my guest today was Dr. Kimberly McGeorge. And Kim, how can they get a hold of you? What's the best way?
secrettoeverything.com, and just Google me. Google me.
secrettoeverything.com. She is the key master. There we have it. The vibrational frequency master. And I want to just tell everybody, go out there, enjoy Venus in the sky next to the moon, wish for love, send out good love, and be kind to each other. Thanks so much. We'll talk to you next time.